It really started with the realization that extraordinary moments are not just this huge once-in-a-lifetime events, but there are sometimes these little sparks that reminds us of our purpose, of our resilience and the beauty of being a human. I've had my share of challenges.
My mom, within this time, I want to do this, accomplish this and that. But immigration has taken away all the money. I went bankrupt. Like, Anita, do you know going to all your accounts and you're somebody who had saved like thousands for a particular reason, and it's all been taken by immigration, and you've still not gained what you should have done.
And then you have to deport it.
So I went through a depression, and I almost committed suicide.
Was having an affair with our nanny, and the girl changed in front of me. She used to be very modest in how she dressed, and suddenly she be
because she's competing with the madam of the house, of course.
She was my co-wife now.
Yeah, exactly. She's your
so
co-wife.
when I decided when I decided the marriage was over, I wasn't going to be doing. She's Indian. She will be cooking him his job.
I said, so why do you want to go to a hotel? Why don't you come to my place?
Oh, wow.
And
you were open to that?
Yeah. I said, why don't you come to my place? And he says, okay. And he came to my place. He came to my place. When I go to work, he would cook. When I did my uniforms, washed my uniforms there to iron, he would iron my uniforms.
And God took me out of the environment and he put me beside Jesus. And we had our arms around each other like we were friends.
Wow.
And I remember singing and playing my guitar. And I asked him to show me who I was during creation.
What are people thinking about me? And all these things started processing, and I kept just holding it. At night, I would just cry myself to sleep thinking I was so horrible. The more I thought about it, the more I isolated myself at the same time, because I was like, how do I share? Every time I share with people that I grew up in that religion, I was frowned upon. Oh, look at you, pointing fingers. And I was tired of...
So my grandfather, for lack of understanding, he was already deep into things. I don't know how much he had gone into it, because some they involve blood, they involve their own blood, they involve blood of family members, they sacrifice people on that altar, alive or even to lead them to die for the sake of an altar.
He was okay sleeping with you and you going to sleep with a woman.
Yes, us together, threesome.
Oh!
Yes. He was okay with the suggestion. It was just a thought.
Yeah.
But he kept brooding that it was becoming a tree.
Okay.
And he was like, let's go out. So we'll go to the bar, and he's like, and then I looked around the house and I got my grandmother's underwear. So just imagine a 7-year-old in her grandmother's underwear, and I had to tie a knot somewhere, like, and keep it, and it wasn't even funny, right? But in my heart as a kid, I was praying. I'm like, God help me, let it train. Let it train. Because if he trained, then they canceled the PE. So I won't have to be ashamed. Did it rain? No, it did not rain.
Yeah.
And then time for PE comes and they ring the bell and every child is excited. That's the time you show off your new pen.
As we've learned today, healing from trauma is not an overnight thing, right? But it is possible. You can heal yourself from trauma. And I guess explain what trauma is. She explained how you can do that, the different steps that you can take to heal yourself. And went to bed that night crying and wondering when all my sufferings would end. After that night, Francine advanced to other forms of punishment, like locking me up out in the night and ripping off my clothes and seizing those that her husband had bought for me. The few times that Alice confronted Francine about her behavior towards me, it ended in an argument, with Francine insisting that as
a picture, Facebook, and I see them with photo, they're like that. I hated you that much, but I don't think.
Now.
Look at me now. every time when I see their picture and my dad's posting a picture, oh, I love you so much. Like that, you know, and God transforms that. God changes that.
Welcome back to Extraordinary Moments with Anita. I remain your host, Anita Okanibe John. Here, we don't just tell stories, we unlock the extraordinary in each story. That's our superpower. You'll agree with me that in all the episodes we've shared so far, we have shared stories, not just stories, but real stories that have inspired real transformation.
What they call a mad alcoholic. When he was drinking, he'd become very abusive. I was firstborn, and quite a difference in ages, 15 years between myself and the youngest. I had very few friends that came into our home because of the alcoholism. Most of them were children of other alcoholics. My brother and I shared a bedroom. We had separate beds, and I had a friend, Bootsy. She is no longer with us. She's gone on to be with the Lord.